friends, it's Alyssa from the Pill of Fright podcast, and we have just concluded our month of Spaceship Slaughters with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you have not listened to it yet, you can find that up here. While there are a plethora of alien movies out there, we wanted to focus a little more specifically on the horrors that take place in and around the claustrophobic atmosphere of a spacecraft. Now, there are a few that I did not put on this list because I saved them for a special bonus episode, so be sure to look out for that on Friday. But until then, whether they are floating in space or planted down on Earth, here are 10 more spaceship slaughters for you that we did not cover on the podcast.
Sunshine. 2007 Sunshine is set in the year 2057, where the sun is dying and Earth faces an impending freeze. A group of astronauts embark on a mission to reignite the sun using a massive nuclear bomb. As they journey through space, they confront technical malfunctions and psychological strain, forcing them to grapple with their mission's significance and their own humanity.
This cast includes Cillian Murphy, Rose Byrne, and Chris Evans, and their performances are really stellar in a film that really pushes the boundaries of survival and morality.
Galaxy of Terror. Galaxy of Terror is a 1981 film directed by Bruce D. Clark and follows a team of space explorers sent to rescue the crew of a lost spaceship on a mysterious planet. Upon arrival, they quickly discover that the planet harbors nightmarish forces as each crew member confronts their deepest fears, leading to a chilling and deadly showdown.
Galaxy of Terror was produced by the late Roger Corman, and it starred some pretty notable names of the time, such as Aaron Moran, Ray Walston, our favorite Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig, and our favorite Freddy Krueger, Mr. Robert Englund. While it was very presumably created to capitalize off of Alien, I think it's really fun that James Cameron served as a production designer on the film, knowing what he would be directing just 5 short years later.
High Life. High Life is a 2018 film directed by Claire Denis that follows a group of death row inmates who are sent on a mission to harness the energy of a black hole. Led by Monty, played by Robert Pattinson, the crew embarks on a journey through space and time, confronting their darkest impulses and the complexities of human nature.
High Life features a unique approach to the genre, blending visceral imagery with profound themes of life, death, and isolation. This one is not for everyone, but if you're looking for a film that's visually stunning and really challenges traditional storytelling, then High Life might be right up your alley.
Europa Report. Europa Report is a 2013 found footage film directed by Sebastian Cordero that follows a crew of astronauts on a groundbreaking mission to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons believed to harbor extraterrestrial life. The film documents their journey as they face technical challenges, the isolation of space, and the haunting unknown. Tensions rise as they uncover unexpected truths that test their resolve and humanity.
Something I find really fascinating about this film is that the filmmakers actually conducted extensive scientific research to really be able to accurately depict what space exploration was like and what the potential for life on other moons could be, which I definitely think that adds to the suspense of the film.
Lifeforce. Directed by the late, great Tobe Hooper, 1985's Lifeforce begins when a team of astronauts on a mission to study Halley's Comet encounters an alien spacecraft. Inside, they discover 3 humanoid life forms who they bring back to Earth. While on Earth, one of the humanoids awakens and begins to suck the life force out of various Londoners, beginning an apocalyptic descent into mayhem.
Lifeforce stars Matilda May, whose magnetic performance as Space Girl is an iconic one in sci-fi cinema even today. While this film doesn't entirely take place on a spacecraft, the scenes that do really leave a long-lasting impression, and I mean, come on. It's space vampires, so how can you go wrong with vampires from space?
Dead Space Downfall. Dead Space Downfall is a 2008 animated film directed by Chuck Patton that serves as a prequel to the popular video game. It takes us aboard the mining ship USG Ishimura, where the crew uncovers a mysterious artifact and unknowingly unleashes a terrifying alien force. As madness spreads and the creatures emerge, the remaining crew members must fight for survival amidst chaos and horror.
I really like animated horror, and while I haven't really played the game much, I have seen demos of it, and I think this film really captures that intense environment of the game really well.
Pandorum. Pandorum is a 2009 film directed by Christian Albert that follows Bauer and Peyton, 2 astronauts who awaken from hypersleep with no memory of who they are or what their mission might be. As they begin to navigate the dark and sinister corridors, they soon discover that they are not alone, and along the way, they confront terrifying truths about humanity's future and the psychological concept of Pandorum, a condition caused by deep space travel leading to paranoia and hallucinations.
This film stars Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster, whose performances are great, and I think they really anchor the intense storytelling in this one. Pandorum explores themes of fear and isolation and the human psyche, and put that all in space? Ah!
Life was released in 2017 and follows a team of scientists aboard the International Space Station as they study a recently acquired sample from Mars. However, the study takes a turn for the worse as the single-celled organism begins to rapidly evolve at an alarming rate. As it becomes more intelligent and increasingly dangerous, the crew must fight to contain the creature before it finds a way to Earth, leading to a heart-pounding battle for survival.
This film is directed by Daniel Espinosa, and it stars some great names like Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson. It has a lot of really stunning visuals and creates a really intense claustrophobic atmosphere, and I think that it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball with these last two, but just hear me out on them.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is a 1975 cult classic adaptation of the fabulous stage musical from 1973. It follows the story of newly engaged couple Brad and Janet, who find themselves stranded during a storm. Seeking refuge, they stumble upon a mysterious castle where they meet eccentric characters from the galaxy of Transylvania, Riff Raff, Magenta, and Dr. Frankenfurter, a mad scientist who creates a living muscle man named Rocky. What ensues is a wild night filled with risque musical numbers and a celebration of sexuality and self-expression.
Rocky Horror Picture Show was directed by Jim Sharman based on the stage musical created by Richard O'Brien, who plays Riff Raff in the film as well. Despite the rocky start at the box office, no pun intended, it gained immense popularity due to the midnight screenings that are still showing today because of their very dedicated fan base, and this one is the definition of a cult film.
Black Mirror, Beyond the Sea. Set in 1969, Beyond the Sea follows astronauts Cliff and David, who are alone on a mission in outer space, but thanks to a new cutting-edge technology, they are able to consciously inhabit robotic replicas of their bodies down on Earth so they can live out their everyday lives with their families. However, an Earthbound tragedy for David begins to test the limits of this technology, as the episode raises questions about memory, loss, and what it truly means to remain connected. It's hard to describe this one without spoiling it, so you'll have to see it for yourself.
This is episode 3 of season 6 of Black Mirror, and it was directed by John Crowley, and it stars Josh Hartnett and Aaron Paul, two beautiful, beautiful men who work so well off of each other. Their chemistry is amazing in this. This episode is known for explorations on grief, as well as what most Black Mirror episodes are known for, which is the impact of technology on human relationships. If you haven't seen any Black Mirror episode at all, I would definitely consider this one of my personal favorite, I want to say top 5 maybe. It's a great episode that's definitely worth watching. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into and out of space with our Spaceship Slaughters month. Be sure to look out for one more bonus episode to really conclude the whole Spaceship Slaughters series on a whole. That will be out Friday the 6th. So stick around, because in the depths of the universe, no one can hear you scream. But we can.